Okay, so saving n52 one engine at a time. So I'm taking the time to make this video because I think it's interesting how this car that could have, you know, be really good. It's really nice. The body's really nice. It only has 130 miles, but it's neglected. And it's not only neglected, but I'd like to use the word Mickey Mouse, if that's a word. It's been Mickey Moused. Mickey Mouse, everything, every little thing. And the culprit of that whole problem was this. So so the whole story is that with this engine is that it was smoking, it was running, shaking a lot, but smoking, especially when you accelerate, it will smoke. And the reason why it was smoking is because the overheated. It overheated and it got a bad head gasket. Also, that the cylinder head was warped in the result of that overheating. And the culprit is of this Mickey Mouse. So instead of doing it right, I mean, if you're gonna do that, at least do it right. But they do it wrong. They put, I don't know, it broke. It broke when they they got this tied, and this makes sense when I was trying to activate the water pump with the scanner. It wouldn't activate, but it wouldn't give me a code because, well, everything's connected right, and the pump, I guess it works right, but it's not gonna get activated because there's no ground inside that little electronic motor that is inside this water pump. So, and then another thing that I didn't notice until I started to take this engine apart. This engine has been already, it's another engine. So this is the second engine. And also I have this flywheel with junkyard numbers. You can see here it says no oil. I wonder what that means. Anyway, I guess no oil. It's no oil, right? Anyway, that is the culprit. Water pump overheated, but it overheated because of a Mickey Mouse. Somebody not fixing things the right way, like this, and this is one of those, right? Instead of, I don't know what they were thinking. Yeah, this needs to be replaced, and I have the spare part. I have everything to do it right, and you have the options of putting used parts, but if you're gonna put used parts, just make sure they're good, and make sure you don't Mickey Mouse things like this. I there's no point in, and it's not only one. It seems like I'm doing a round, but I'm not doing a round. I'm just showing you guys here this one too. Instead of replacing or doing something right, they just cut the pipe and Mickey Mouse it too. Here, what other Mickey Mouse I found? Well, that, and then the radio doesn't work, and I think they broke also the harness for the AC somewhere. I think they didn't connect. And I keep finding these fuss all over the place. It's funny. I'm not sure what is that. Radiator was, patched with resin, and instead of connecting this is an n51, so it has the radiator with a sensor. Instead of, well, here, let me show you instead of ranting about it. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's right here. Beautiful. Beautiful job because it wasn't leaking. Uh, so I had to go get another use radiator, but with a sensor. But unfortunately, so somebody cut this, and I needed this. This is what I needed, but I'm just gonna repair it. And see, this is what they did. This is the original. You know, they broke this and they didn't took the time to repair it and just throw it like that. I have no idea why people do that. I mean, I do. So everything comes back to money. You know, they don't have the money to fix it right, and they have to do it like that, I guess. See, another thing that I have to repair. And so, what is my point of this ranting? I'm not ranting, but my point is that I'm just gonna save this beautiful in one piece BMW n51 engine 328i that is absolutely clean, or at least the body. The interior is clean too. The only problem is that the radio didn't work. Other than that, I think it's pretty decent, pretty clean. I think it's worth saving. We're gonna clean the bling bling and the girly stuff, I think. I don't know. I don't like it. That is the first part of this video. That is the first part of this video. What else? Okay, so did I mention in this rant? Forgot the point of this. Also, this little tiny rant. So I wanted to show the culprit. Yeah. So it overheated because the water pump wasn't working, and the cause of that was in the result of, I think this cylinder 1 and cylinder 2 is warp. Is because of the overheated. The cylinder head was warped exactly on 2 and 1, and there was zero compression on 1 and 2, cylinder 1, cylinder 2. Then when I measure the gap, the warpness or the evenness of the surface of the cylinder head, it was exactly on the area of cylinder 1, cylinder 2, and then I put water here and here, and it didn't hold. The rest of the water that I poured in here, that I pour inside the cylinders, it was held, but only 2 and 3, the water went through the seals. So I don't think the seals are bad. The piston, and I mean the seals, I mean the piston rings, not the seals, but the piston rings. So they're not holding because this cylinder is out of roundness, and number 2 and number 3, they're warped, and that's why, you know, they're too much of an oval shape, and that's why they didn't hold the water. So as soon as I take the harness out, we're gonna measure that, and so I think that's gonna be part of number two video. So this is the introductory video for this, saving this. We're gonna show you what we turn out to do. So I already have a head for this engine, a good used. I think when we went over here, I saw the cylinder head. So I already have a cylinder head buried under here. Oh yeah, we didn't see it because it's buried. So it's right here. Let's see, it's right here. You can see. Well, anyway, it's right here. It's used. I already cleaned it up. I already make sure it's a working condition. So I was gonna just, put the cylinder head here, install it in this engine, but I got a little excited and I forgot to do other testing, and I'm like, it's gonna be fine. But that's because it wasn't, the whole part of the puzzle wasn't clicking until I find out that there was no there's no pressure holding because of the piston rings. And like I said, it's not the piston rings, it's because the oversized shaped, because of the overheating. That's the resulting. So my point of this video too is that before you do anything, do more testing. Don't just change parts. I know better, but I just got excited and I was busy with other things, and I forgot that I didn't do that other testing, which is a leak down test. Or I just should have just poured water in through the spark plug holes, and I would have figured out. But I just got excited. I just forgot, and I just went ahead and go and grab that cylinder head because I found it really quickly, really cheap, and that's why I just wanted to get the cylinder head. And that's what happened. But I hope this doesn't happen to you. In order to this not happen to you, you need to do the proper testing. When you find a smoking engine, that's the first thing you should do. Is a pressure test, a compression test, compression test first. Then if you find zero compression, or a little bit of compression, or more compression but not 100%, you need to further investigate by testing other systems. One should be make sure that head gasket is properly functioning the way it's supposed to. By doing, you can start with coolant, put pressure on the radiator, and if air comes out of these piston rings or cylinders through the spark plug, then it's a head gasket. Also, if that sometimes it's just very subtle and you can't hear it or see it with your own eyes, then do a leak down test, and that will give you more information. And after that, you make sure by pouring water in there or oil, and if it doesn't hold, then you have something's wrong with the engine and it's time to either replace it or rebuilding. I'm rebuilding it because I can do it and I have the money, or just get an engine and it's easier too, but it's more expensive if you want to do it right. Because you want a good engine. If you get an engine for $500 and you put it in and then shit, like I think this is what happened to this guy. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened to this engine, but one part of the engine looked really clean, which I was surprised. But the rest of it, like you can see, it's crap because the valve cover, the far corner of the passenger side, was broken and it was pouring oil all over the place. Oh, another Mickey Mouse with this also. Same thing when you're either working on a car or you're gonna buy a car. You do all these testings and you're still gonna get the car, but you want to know what's wrong with it. Also, this, hear that? Sounds like a bell. I haven't looked through it, but I think one was empty. I put the short one. I put a rod through it, and I didn't fill the cat, so it's been emptied. It doesn't sound because, or maybe one is empty and the other one But that's the difference. This is how it's supposed to sound, but it sounds like a bell. That means it's empty. Oh, that's what else? What else I can show you? Oh, also another part of this video. I'm not a mechanic. I learn on my own. I read books. I get all the information I can. I've been doing this since 2013, and sometimes I don't, because of the videos, sometimes I don't do things the right way. But that doesn't mean you have to do it like the way I'm doing it. I'm just doing these videos for as a reference, that you have something, at least know, oh, where's the seal, or where's this bolt, or what is the torquing, or you have a better image and better understanding. Sometimes I have, in a couple of my videos, I have like a few mistakes that I did because I wasn't paying attention, because I'm recording. It's very difficult. That's why that's another reason why I don't put a lot of videos, because it's difficult to make these videos. It's actually time consuming, and it's not an easy job to do these videos. And I kudos to all those YouTubers that put really nice videos. People criticize everybody, but they really don't know how difficult it is to make videos like this, where you take your time to show people what you're doing. That's all I'm doing. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm not telling you what to do, and my videos shouldn't be taken as this is the correct and only right way to do it. Absolutely not. This is just as a reference. This is just as an entertainment for you, and maybe you can learn a little bit, but that's up to you, not up to me. I always try to do these engines the best way I can. The cheapest way, sometimes yes, but the right way. If I use one used bolt, you shouldn't. That doesn't mean it's right. It means I'm doing it because I determined that nothing's gonna happen if I use one used tiny little bolt. One or two or three, doesn't matter. But if you want to do it the right way, then do it the right way. And if you know the right way, then do it the right way. Don't do it the wrong way. If you want to, and if you can afford it, it's up to you. It's what I think I'm trying to say. I'm just having fun with these videos, and I hope you too. And see you on the next video. I hope soon. And yeah, so the first thing I'm gonna do is just remove this harness. Just disconnecting things like that. I start over here. I don't think it's too entertaining, but I guess just no. I'm gonna go to just steps of what I'm doing, and maybe this can determine how you are gonna use your engines. Not determine, but help you determine how to do your own engines and your own work. I hope that's the main reason why I do these videos, and because it's fun. It's actually fun to show people what you're doing. Anyway, good luck, and see you in the next video.